In a shocking turn of events, boxing legend and self-proclaimed billionaire Floyd Mayweather has reportedly been brought to tears following the seizure of over $600 million in assets, mainly tied to an alleged real estate empire that authorities claim was either overhyped or outright fraudulent. Known for flaunting his wealth, Mayweather's empire is now under federal scrutiny, and the consequences could be catastrophic. It all started when Floyd posted a video online boasting about purchasing 62 apartment buildings in Manhattan. "All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners," he declared, confidently flaunting supposed ownership of retail spaces and rental properties in one of the most expensive real estate markets in the world. The videos were slick, flashy, and meant to solidify his reputation as not just a boxing icon, but a savvy investor. But that confidence unraveled quickly. It turns out, none of those buildings were registered under Mayweather's name. When authorities began digging into the public records, they found nothing that matched his claims. That discovery triggered a larger investigation. The FBI and financial regulators began auditing other assets tied to Mayweather, freezing accounts and properties linked to his name or associated investment groups. The value of the seized and frozen assets: over $600 million. Sources close to Floyd say he was stunned when he received word of the seizures. "Yeah, we don't want to talk about that, but we're gonna get through this," he reportedly said in a private moment, tears welling up. A longtime associate and former accountant confirmed that while Mayweather has always been flashy, behind the scenes he has battled bouts of depression for years, something that many fans don't see behind the wealth and Instagram filters. The most unsettling part: these financial problems aren't isolated. Just as the asset freeze unfolded, reports surfaced that Mayweather was also preparing for one of his boldest business moves yet, a $700 million attempt to buy a 10% stake in the NFL's New York Giants alongside real estate investor Orbich. He had even moved $200 million into escrow to show his commitment. But with the real estate scandal unraveling, the deal is now in serious jeopardy, and Orbich has gone silent, offering only vague responses to reporters asking about the current status. What made Mayweather's claims even more questionable is that the true owner of the buildings he claimed to have bought was a firm called Black Spruce Management, not him. At best, he may hold a small minority stake through a financial vehicle, but his public claims of full ownership drew the attention that ultimately triggered this storm. And the storm has spread far beyond real estate. Employees at Mayweather Boxing and Fitness in Los Angeles recently staged a walkout after going unpaid for weeks. They protested outside the gym, holding signs like "the money team has no money" and "hard work, dedication." And then what? Trainers, front desk staff, and even management accused the brand of withholding wages and ignoring repeated attempts to raise the issue. "Getting paid late has completely affected my life," said one manager who started with the company in 2023. "I was promised a lot. I tried to protect my team. But now, we've lost everything." According to the Daily Mail, the gym might shut down permanently. Equipment sits idle, classes are cancelled, and members are being told not to renew subscriptions. Several employees are in talks with labor attorneys to explore legal action, not just against the franchise but possibly against Floyd himself. To make matters worse, Mayweather recently promoted a little-known cryptocurrency from Thailand called SIEZED, offering cash rewards and even private training sessions with himself to anyone who invested. Fans were puzzled. Why would someone with billionaire status tie himself so heavily to a coin that barely anyone had heard of? The timing raised eyebrows, with many speculating it was a quick cash grab amid mounting financial strain. Even boxing promoter Eddie Hearn's past comments now seem prophetic. "I don't think he has the kind of money he says he has," Hearn said months ago. "He's not broke, but if he's doing exhibition fights this often and spending like he is, it makes you wonder." It's not just Hearn. Boxing analyst Rick Glazer and others in the industry have echoed similar sentiments, suggesting Floyd's lavish lifestyle is unsustainable without a steady income stream. And with his claimed main source of income, real estate, now under investigation, questions about his actual financial health are becoming more urgent. This story isn't just about a high-profile figure getting caught in a lie. It's about the collapse of an image built on wealth, power, and invincibility. Mayweather's silence on the walkout and the seizures is deafening. His public image remains polished. Luxury watches, jet-set photos, high-end jewelry. But the cracks are showing. What happens next may depend on whether he steps up. Will he take responsibility? Will he pay his employees? Will he face the music on his exaggerated claims? One thing is clear. If the money team doesn't have money, the empire Mayweather built around his name might be at risk of crumbling. For a man who once said, "If you know how much money you've got, you don't really have money," he might now be learning just how much, or how little, he truly has. And for fans who admired his rise, it's a reminder that even kings can stumble when the crown is built on illusion.